So right now I'm starting off pretty heavy. I have on a 4 mil bead and just a 10 tagged hare's ear nymph, and then on my dropper I have just a Frenchie. But the river's pretty fast. This is actually kind of rivers I like to fish with fast pocket water like this. It can be really good for check nymphing, but it's better to fish it in like the middle of summer when it's warmer. And I don't have a thermometer on me to check the water temps, but if it's too cold, it's going to be tough. They're going to be not really feeding as good as they would in the summertime in this type of water. But this like would be perfect spot for summer nymphing right now. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'm able to pull a few fish. But what I like to do in holes like this is I like to cast towards the top of the rock where it's spilling down. And as soon as I get there, I lift and I'll drift through and try to slow it down through the middle there. And I'll usually get the hits right there through the middle. But it's good to pull it all the way through. And I'll just go there through a few times and then slowly start out in the middle and then work my way gradually to the current. And then maybe even right here, so you see there's a rock. So you see the big rock up top that splits the two currents. And then a little lower, there's like another break. And then I'll work that break. And I think that the key, if you're new to Euro nymphing, the key to the faster river is you have to really pull it through. So I'll get up there, lift, and then I'm pulling through a lot faster than you would think. And it's up, lift, pull through, watch, tap again. And it's real quick. Get it up, and then any little twitch, any little pause, and just anything that feels different, you set your hook. But as you can see, you can get in a lot of casts. And what I like to do is I like to pull through to the speed to where I can finally see my flies bouncing off the river when I'm fishing this type of water. Like you'll see the side are barely moving, knowing that your flies are falling off the rock. If you're not seeing that, then you have to speed up the rate you pull your flies through. So really, normally you're just kind of following your flies, but when you're fishing this type of water, you're almost pulling it through just to be able to feel the takes, that's going to be the most important thing fishing this type of river, is to be able to feel the takes. So right now there's a good little pocket on the other side of the river, but behind me I got this bush right here. I got this little tree in the way that's gonna hurt my chances of making a pretty accurate cast. So what I like to do in this situation is I'll wade in a little closer, and this is another thing that doesn't get talked about much in fly fishing, but the ability to wade comfortably in rivers actually will help you pull fish. That's just a quick little tip, that being able to wade rivers and get aggressive in the rivers, especially for Euro nymphing, helps out a lot. But back to the point I was just talking about, there's a good little pocket across the river right there, and behind me I got trees, but I want to be able to fish that. And normally it would be hard to make an accurate cast through there. So when I'm in that situation, I'll do just a little bow and arrow cast. I'll hold my nymph in my hand right here, draw it back almost like a bow. And so right now the nymph is right by my eye, and then I'll let it fly. I'm going to try to aim, see the red rock, I'm going to try to aim for the little current coming in up top, and as soon as it hits, I'm going to start pulling through because it's a fast little pocket. Still no fish yet. I've been trying to work the slower moving water and really trying to slow my bugs down and using heavier stuff. Put my hand in the water earlier to get my fly out, and it was pretty cold, so the fish are probably still in winter mode, which is still possible to catch them. It's just going to be a lot harder. But I'm going to keep working up, and I still got maybe about a half mile to go before I get to the spot where I want to turn around at. But the only good thing about being here right now, not catching fish, is how pretty it is. Got this cool little cliff in front of me.